was able to literally, not figuratively, talk Strom Thurmond into voting for the Civil Rights Act before he died. And I thought, well, maybe there's real progress. But hate never dies.
That is one of the most disconnected, disjointed, jumbled claims I've ever seen in my life, and I've been watching this for a long time. That's tonight's red hot video. Joe Biden pandering, of course, to black voters. Once again, he loves doing that. As you heard, he claims absurdly, comically, that he got South Carolina Democrat Senator Strom Thurmond to vote for the Civil Rights Act before he died, which is the best time to get somebody to vote for something before they die. But that's not even remotely possible, of course. It can't be true, because when the Civil Rights Act passed in 1964, Joe Biden, believe it or not, was only 21 years old. And of course, he didn't become a senator for another 9 years. So I don't know why I'd be talking Strom Thurmond into anything. You know, he became a senator at the age of 30, which is as young as he can be to become a senator. And he wasn't there. He wasn't in the Senate. He didn't talk Strom Thurmond into anything. And then, you know, to make matters worse, Strom Thurmond died in June of 2003, 4 decades, of course, after the Civil Rights Act was passed. And by the way, Strom Thurmond didn't vote for the Civil Rights Act in 1964. So not only was Joe Biden not there, but Strom Thurmond didn't vote for the Civil Rights Act. And otherwise, it's a pretty impressive claim, I've got to say. He's, you know, either lying like a nutcase, or he's completely lost it, or perhaps a fine melding of the two. It could be both. I'm not sure. But this is a pretty amazing claim.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous.
He wasn't in the Senate in 1964, and Strom Thurmond didn't vote for the Civil Rights Act in 1964, but he's claiming he got him. And I love the cherry on top is that he got him to do it before he died. Right. You know, because voting on Senate bills after you die is harder.
Well, the only thing that's more stupid than lying and dishonest than lying is lying and being stupid enough to not realize that people can fact check your birth date and when a bill was passed, when somebody passes.
And he wasn't in the Senate, Joe Biden.
No.
Joe Biden's been lying longer than I've been on this planet. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You think about all the, we could spend a whole hour talking about all of Joe Biden's lies, everything from his Amtrak trips to, oh, I didn't discuss my son's foreign business dealings with him, to now this. I mean, I don't know who he's trying to score points with, but I mean, Democrats, they just must love being lied to.
Well, he makes stuff up about his civil rights. He's the guy who said he didn't want his kids going to school in a racial jungle in Delaware when they were racially integrating the schools there. You know, his record is horrible and awful, so he just makes it up. And
he touts his Irish backgrounds, and by the way, the name Biden is English. It comes from West.
I love it. I love it.
And his Irish ancestor was named Blewett, which is more appropriate.
You know, I think I'm actually going to give a Daniel Lippman answer. So the White House came back to say, well, he was talking about the Voting Rights Act, right? Is that, there you go. 1980. So no, that's what they, of course, because the White House, this will be now my answer, I guess, but like the White House, I'm sorry, the White House literally, like, they have to clean up after his mess constantly, and part of it is because they even by trying to script Joe Biden, it's not enough. Well, they can't keep him on a teleprompter, and he's going to go off script. So he even talks about building a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. Come on, people. It's happening time and time again. But I'm going to give the floor to Daniel.
I don't think that a lot of Democrats are that happy when he talks about his old friend Strom Thurmond, who ran for president in 1948 on a segregationist platform.
Dixiecrat.
And a lot of Democrats are, you know, not happy that Joe Biden has talked about Strom Thurmond over the years, and so this is not someone that should be venerated that much, you know, of course, you know, at all.
The Democrats love to deny the history of the Democrat Party, and Strom Thurmond is just a sort of a mainstream, typical part of the history of the Democrat Party in that era and before.
And it's been interesting to watch how the South has transformed from a stronghold of Democrats, you know, where Abraham Lincoln was the emancipator of the slaves, to a South which is basically all Republican except for Georgia these days, which is interesting. Well,